So welcome one and all to a picturesque evening here.
Hello,
a clear
everybody,
night,
and
all
welcome
the
to
ingredients
today's
for a
match.
showcase game that the passionate crowd demands.
This is Peter Drury, and I'm happy to inform you that Jim Beglin has joined me to offer his expertise.
Cheers, Peter. It's a privilege to be here. It really is.
Well, it looks like a big game, sounds like a big game. Everyone involved is absolutely up for it.
There's the whistle, and here we go.
Well, this 4-4-2 formation is often used in the modern era defensively, but it used to be the gold standard of formations a generation or so ago, Peter, and it does allow the fullbacks to play a key role in attack.
Yeah, they offer most of the width, don't they?
Exactly. You want them to be high up the pitch so they can get themselves into the final third whenever possible. This will, of course, ask an awful lot of the centre halves and the central midfielders who need to drop into position and cover the spaces.
Well, he was clearly disappointed with that pass.
Palestine?
Clearly didn't help themselves by telegraphing that one. It was always going to be intercepted.
Now it's Van Basten. Jim, which player is best equipped for this game?
This man Rudiger's going to be a very...
Kaka! And he looked every bit the assured keeper there.
Kaka is offering a wry smile there.
Well, look, they know they've got a height advantage, and it's time for them to use it.
Not pretty, but it gets the job done. Takes a shot! He is desperate to get on the score sheet, but not this time.
Palestine really have stepped it up now. They could have been a bit more greedy and forced the issue.
Bellingham. And it's Van Basten. Great vision. Anything, Jim, to pick out of these early exchanges?
Well, I think both teams probably feel it's too early for either to start taking real risks. So they're still very much in a phase of testing the waters and sizing each other up.
Tries to pass it through. And this is Van Basten. Makaleli. Driving forward. Well, the boss won't be happy about that at all. They were pedestrian in possession and carried almost no threat at all. Shevchenko. Vieira. Botafogo. Still without it. It's Van Basten! He's delivered all right!
That was a given. It always was.
Van Basten really can't believe his luck. He was allowed so much room when he should have been boxed in.
Palestine have taken the lead.
Listen, when it comes to goals, Peter, in this team, he's always the #1 contender, and he's done it again.
And that's been won straight back. Vieira. And it's Kaka. And this is Van Basten.
Well, I wouldn't quite advise they should resort to risk-taking at this stage. There's plenty of time left yet.
Vieira. That has been cut short.
And for a moment you felt that was going somewhere, but they'll have to go again. Iniesta. And they win it back again.
Palestine trying to orchestrate a breakaway here by the looks of it.
Well, I would say that this is probably the easiest way to play the game, because you try and absorb in numbers defensively, and then you look to hit it with a long ball quickly on the counter-attack to get your men in behind the opposition defence.
Just looking for that one telling pass. And the whistle's gone, presumably for offside.
Davids. He's a sharp little ball here. Rudiger. Bellingham. Iniesta. It's a good run down the right. And here's Messi. Bellingham. Oh, well played. Vieira. It's Hullet. Yeah, he's pulled him up for that challenge. Oh, that's fabulous. Van Basten had a really good go at breaking through, but ultimately he was just about kept out.
Well, I appreciate the fact he's trying to make a difference, and if he carries on like that, he may well do.
Well timed, excellent interception. Well, nicely intercepted. Looking to play him in. Iniesta.
Well, he certainly wasn't in the mood to take any risks.
Throw it. It's a poor throw that, picked off with relative ease. And it's Iniesta. Bellingham. Oh, there's a probing ball. Bergomi makes the interception. Botafogo finding their passes. Kaká, who's set up one goal so far. Oh, good read.
That was well played, well stopped.
Messi.
There will be 1 minute added
Shot a
time.
goal! It's a goal! They have done it! They have their equaliser!
Well, it looks like we have ourselves a real game here now, Peter. They've been rewarded for their courage, for their attitude, for their application, and now they'll want another.
That is so good, such sharp... there is the half-time whistle. Nothing to separate the two teams at half-time. They've both given it a really good go, and they head into the break all square. So your views on the first half?
Well, I don't think either side will have too much to complain about or worry about, Peter. 1-1 is a fair reflection of the game so far, so it'll be fascinating to see how both teams go about trying to establish a little more control in this second half.
So in they come for the break with nothing to separate them. The score 1-1. Botafogo get the second half started. Messi, can he get on the end of this? Unrelenting, uncompromising pressure on him. Oh, it's Van Basten. That's been cut out, well played.
They'll want to be quick here, it's breakaway time.
Van Basten, and he's lost his man. Can he finish? Vieira. Van Basten receives it in a good position here.
Well, we're watching a clear attempt to denying him space, and they're using every trick in the book.
Vieira. That's really well cleared. They're back in possession and ready to go again. Looking for a runner. Thuram promptly onto that, and that is that. Maldini. That is ended up in no man's land. Yaya Toure.
It's the sort of situation that they'll want to capitalise on now.
Pass is just off target. Thuram. Well seen, saw that coming.
He read that really well and stopped it.
Hullet. And the counter is on. Now it's Shevchenko. Bergomi kept aware, and it is reclaimed easily. Knocks it into space. Kaká! Oh, terrific save from the keeper.
I think he's done great there, both reading it and dealing with it.
Substitution in progress.
Palestine have their second corner now. Cruyff is there and he can get that clear. Decent chance! And now they can spring out of defence. So, third corner of the game. And he can clear it away. Botafogo are looking to go forward now. Pass somewhat off target. And the keeper's given it away. Thuram. Botafogo perhaps wondering what the best time is for their next substitution. Vieira. And that's been intercepted.
That's great positioning, so good from him.
A noticeable change in the approach to defending here, much more in your face.
Yeah, better communication and lots of contact seems to be the route to quietening him down now.
Well, the run has been sold a little bit short there.
They should have done a lot better there. The final ball was very poor. Well, that was well positioned and well pinched. They can't hurt with their backs to goal.
Gullit.
Oh, how that cross missed everyone is an absolute mystery to me. It warranted a finishing touch.
Now that is tiny, really tiny. Nicely shaped cross. Tries to get it clear. Cruyff. And it's Makalele. Well, it didn't look good for a while, but that was brave defending and they got away with it. Goes for a shot! Goal at his mercy, and somehow he's missed it.
Van Basten fully appreciates that he could have won it then, and now he'll be all the keener not to lose it.
And he was quick to react. Cruyff. Now that looks a decent ball. Oh, look at the space here. Cruyff! It's a carbon copy of the previous miss.
They're just unrelenting, Peter. Wave after wave of attacks. Now it's just a matter of making at least one of them count.
Last-ditch defending, but that'll do. Bergomi. And it's Ferdinand.
Concentration levels are very good, and so is the commitment. This game could yet yield a winner.
He's shifting through the gears here. He can get that clear. The ball has bounced loose now. And it's Gullit. Has a look and plays it forward. Not the most accurate pass. Yaya Toure. Thuram.
Well, that might be that, Peter. Maybe both sides just going to have to settle for the draw now.
Now it's Van Basten. And it's Van Basten. Makalele. Now it's Gullit. He's picked his way through. Can he get it through? Now it's Gullit.
There will be 1 minute added time.
Gullit! Oh, what about that? Late in the day, this could well be it. Oh, whose goal is that? Big deflection. That's one for the dubious goals panel. Having turned the game on its head, now can they hold out?
Well, look, Peter, I feel I've got...
And time is up. What a terrific response it was to adversity. What a fantastic game from those players. What unity, what joy. That was so very, very good.
Just a quick
Fantastic.
announcement.
Claiming the
We'd
man
like
of the
to
match
inform you
award,
that
and there is
CCTV
very
now in
little room for
operation
argument.
your safety.
So a dramatic...
Well, what a sight this is. A beautiful evening and the promise
Hello,
of a
everybody,
match
and
that will
welcome to
really get
today's
the
match.
juices flowing.
I'm Peter Drury, and this is Jim Beglin. A delight to have him on board.
Cheers, Peter. It's a privilege to be here. It really is.
Expectations and decibels both rising fast here. Things are heating up and we'll be getting underway very soon. Things have got underway here pretty promptly. Now it's Hullet. Pele! In he goes again. It's in!
Listen, the big names earn their reputations for precisely the reason we've just seen. They have a habit of making their presence felt, and here we are, early stages. He struck one, and he looks hungry for more.
And he's only too grateful to capitalise on the keeper. It's Van Basten! And the keeper has reacted superbly there.
I think he's done great there, both reading it and dealing with it.
In with the challenge. Bergomi gets over and intercepts. Hullet. That's a cute ball. Oh, that's well spotted. Pele. And here's Shevchenko. And he's made sure that's not getting through. Vieira. Oh, there's a probing ball. Pass is coming off in quick succession here. Pass somewhat off target. Bellingham. And he's intervened well there. Ferdinand kept aware, and it is reclaimed easily. And it's Cruyff. Van Basten! Oh, the ball's run loose here. He'll try to keep this alive. He is just caressing the ball. Turns and goes back. Thuram gets across to intercept that. Bellingham touches it back.
He's got no choice here. He had to go backwards.
Botafogo are really in a position where patience and prudence will serve them best. Time's on their side.
That's just playing it safe and simple.
Bale. Cruyff. Lovely pass, but can he... And a chance! No mistake! They have grabbed themselves an equaliser.
Well, it looks like we have ourselves a real game here now, Peter. They've been rewarded for their courage, for their attitude, for their application, and now they'll want another. Yeah, a fantastic run and a fantastic pass to play him in. Both needed to be timed to perfection, and they were.
That has certainly made things interesting.
This is exactly the kind of contest you'd expect when you have so much class from both sides. The next goal is going to be so significant.
Well, that looks a decent ball. There's the shot! He scores! And they get themselves in front! A momentary lapse mercilessly exploited. They were absolutely lethal.
It's just sloppy to lose the ball like that, Peter. The ease which they were able to cut through them from there, that definitely doesn't have a good look about it.
Palestine take the lead. Well, the idea was a good one. The execution of it, not quite so.
Yeah, he just didn't seem to get enough on the pass, Peter, did he?
Oh, easy pickings there. And it's Hullet. And it's been played through. And he's in on goal. Goes for a shot! Still very early doors, but it is a closely contested affair. Now it's Pele, and this is Shevchenko. Can he finish? He has done it! And they're at it again, in double quick time. Another moment of magic, a real wow moment.
Yeah, he gets top marks for that finish. I honestly thought his odds weren't that good.
Palestine go 2 up and into a position of real strength.
And things are much healthier in their favour. Mind you, you would have thought that when the last one went in.
And this is Shevchenko. Cruyff going face-to-face with his great rival. That has not gone well. And there's green grass ahead of him. Oh, he's bustling through here. Tries a shot!
It's in! So smooth, a signature finish.
I was impressed with both the movement and the pass, both causing lots of problems for that defence.
This is threatening to become a really good game.
Well, what a difference a goal makes. Now all of a sudden it seems the belief is back.
Davids. Pullet. Botafogo are still behind as we reach out for half-time. Now it's Pele. Oh, shooting chance!
Oh, that is very close.
Oh, the technical control was exquisite. The pummeled attempt was exasperating.
Now it's Van Basten. Nicely weighted ball. Cruyff could try cutting inside here. Well, there's the clearance. Well, they've got it again. That is good alertness. Davids.
2 added minutes has been indicated.
That's a throw. Oh, it's a great ball here. Oh, it's a nice idea, but the execution was lacking. And it's half-time here. No, well, the pickings certainly have been rich in this first half. And that's the start of another 45 minutes.
Botafogo can really do with some bigger names standing up here. At times they didn't even look as if they knew what they were doing.
Oh, that's a key interception. Rijkaard. Davids. Now it's Cruyff. It's a searching pass. Bale. Now Davids. Now it's Shevchenko. He's cut it out. Yaya Toure. Bellingham can so cleverly bypass the press. Shevchenko. Oh, that's fabulous. Davids. It's a foul, it's in the box, it's a penalty. And that is a huge moment in the context of the game. To square things up.
Substitution in progress.
And Czech pulls off a sensational save. Well, they are still trailing. And they require a change of fortune, pretty sharpish. Not the most accurate pass. Yamal, a player so deservedly decorated with praise and glory. And that is a little undercooked. And it's Gullit. And Gullit! terrific save from the keeper.
Bullet clearly thought he had the beating of the keeper.
Botafogo with the corner, they're first. Palestine has the chance to go the other way.
Well, they keep pressing like that as long as they can.
And that's been intercepted.
That was well played, well stopped.
Botafogo finding their passes. He's applies the finish! Now that has posed a few awkward questions.
Yeah, certainly could have been something so much more.
Botafogo still have the cards to affect this game. And he's hit it long. Ronaldinho threads one in, and here's Shevchenko. Shevchenko showed plenty of zest in getting to the ball, but couldn't quite sort it out. That's been cut out, well played. Great defending, strong and determined. Yaya Toure gets a foot in and wins the ball. Bellingham. Bullet. And the shot's on here. Plenty to aim at here. Oh, now this is interesting, and the referee has pointed to the spot. And that is a huge moment in the context of the game. So, this to restore parity. And Cech pulls off a sensational save.
Well, that's certainly more like it. They can't let the intensity drop now, Peter.
Well, they're looking a whole lot more urgent now.
Well, the question now is...
Shoots! Oh, the keeper's done ever so well.
Yeah, he was well placed to deal with that.
Substitution on the field.
Well, look, they know they've got a height advantage, and it's time for them to use it.
Number 19.
Bale with the clearance.
Coming on the field. Number 9.
And this is Eto'o.
Number 42. Toure. Substitutions
Botafogo
taking place.
are looking to go forward now. Vieira does well to get it back. Into the last quarter of an hour. And it's Gullit. Now it's Ronaldinho. Well timed, excellent interception.
Palestine surely have to be commended for their drive and desire. Most teams would be taking the easier defensive route by now.
That's an imaginative pass. Time is running out here.
Well, it's looking like too little too late, but they are giving it all they have.
He's found a way through. Well, the defence proved infallible then, but that won't be the last they'll see of him. And this is Eto'o. Eto'o was alert to the possibilities, but in the end it's fruitless. And here's Eto'o. Iniesta. Yamal gets a good foot in there. Looking to play him in. Rudiger makes the interception. Now it's Ronaldinho. Knocks it into space. And this is Yaya Toure. Cross in, looks like a good one. Easy enough for the goalkeeper.
This usually is the time teams go into conservation mode.
2 added minutes has been indicated.
It looked as though that might lead to something quite promising, but it turned out that that was not the case. Great ball, and he's in here. And that will be the final act. Well, this was a game they could so easily have won on another day, but alas, that wasn't to be, and they go down by the odd goal. Well, what are your thoughts on today's game then, Jim?
Botafogo absolutely shocking here. Shockingly porous down the middle, which was painfully exploited, and that's left plenty for the manager to think about, a painful reminder of where standards really need to be.
That's where we have to end it. From me, Peter Drury, and my co-commentator, Jim Beglin, a very good evening to you all.